Hello, I'm Cameron Whaley. I'm a system tech for Imagine Dragons and also the audio crew chief on the tour. I work for Sound Image based in San Diego, California. We also have offices in Nashville and Arizona. My responsibilities are to make sure the sound system works, sounds great everywhere to every person in the audience. So for this tour, we're using Gruppen PLM 20,000 Qs. We got the PLM series to complement our current speaker setup. Previously with this setup, we had 2-channel amplifiers, and with the same system, we had 64 amps total. Now we only have 30 amps to do the same job for a full-size arena system. So the great thing about having less than half the number of amplifiers and amp racks, it's a smaller footprint, which makes it easier every day to set up and find a place you can put it and fit it, as well as truck space, which is very helpful, especially on this run where we're touring in Europe. European trucks, it's really everything has to stack, and having the number of amps is fantastic. The interesting thing about using the lab Gruppens is the lake processing that's built in. Have almost no front-end system processing. Everything is done for system tuning within the amps, which is very handy. The lake controller with the PLMs is fantastic. There's a lot of features to it that make it very easy on a system engineer, system techs. If you just start from the very setup, my PA tech can come over here, and once they get the PA just floating off the ground, there's a load monitoring software built in, which lets us check, make sure everything's working before it even flies up in the air, which is fantastic. As a system tech, when I go out front and make sure everything's working, I already know that it's good because we've checked it before we even fly it up in the air.
Hi, I'm Scott Eisenberg. I do front-of-house audio for Imagine Dragons. The thing I love about the PLM lab Gruppen amplifiers is just bringing all of the system integration with the Lake EQ and the processing together into one complete system. Being able to use all of the system EQ for me has been a huge help just in keeping things consistent. And also, because we've been in so many different size venues on this tour, especially in Europe, we've gone from arenas to kind of interestingly shaped theaters. We've had to deal with a lot of interesting placement of the PA, and also we've had to just do a ton of different sub-arrangements. So we've been able to really easily deal with any inconsistencies presented because of the rooms that we're in. Just the detail that you can get into, it's just been an enormously helpful tool.
If I have a different setup every day, we might be in a smaller space that's 6,000 or 8,000 people, like a Paris Zenith where we were 2 days ago. The processing helps me to design a system that meets the requirements of the room pretty quickly. So Sound Image has been supporting Imagine Dragons for the Smoke and Mirror tour that started this year in April. We use the same system for the United States run, which was very successful. Sound Image has a partnership with SSE Group called the United Audio Companies, which has allowed us to have a seamless transition from the States to Europe. Some of the challenges of European touring that, as a US company, are difficult are the trucking, the power, contact with different vendors, shipping, things like that. And SSE Group has been instrumental in helping us get over those without any issues. One thing I particularly like is the ability I can go in and turn on and off every single amp at the same time. Kind of nice at the end of the show, last song hits, all the amps are off, we're done.